What is up, and welcome everybody. Potato Slayer 3 here, back on our raft, which recently just got an expansion on two sides here and upwards. If you haven't seen that video, it was the last one. I suggest checking that out so you can see what we got going on. Now today, I think unfortunately we're gonna have to do a little bit of cheating. Now if you haven't seen episode 2, we lost some important items that I think we're going to be needing before we progress any further on in the story. So right now I have a menu here, and if we look back at our episode 2 to see the items we lost one vine goo, so we just give that to ourselves, and then also a bolt, and then one metal ingot. Now unfortunately I think that's the only way we're going to be able to catch up without having to restart completely, and we're kind of a little bit too far to want to restart without having to take forever to catch back up. So with those items back, we can throw them into our research table. The bolt, which we've been missing for quite some time now. Now we can make this shovel, crop plot, which I believe is for trees. Yep, lets you grow trees. And then a metal axe, which is going to be some better tools, and a couple other things here. A net launcher so we can catch those little llamas, and maybe some other things. So let's learn all of those. I believe we've already done metal ingot because we found that on a raft. And then let's do this vine goo so we can get an empty bottle, which is going to be great. A bow for shooting down those seagulls, some nets, and a cooking pot, and I believe that is I can actually combine stuff to make better food. That's pretty cool. So let's learn all of those. And now that we are mostly caught up to where we were, let's go ahead and remove that mod because we're not going to need it anymore, hopefully. And with that mod removed and our world back to its original state, now we can get back to doing what we were trying to do here, which is start progressing into the story. Now we did come across this island here. Can we craft an anchor yet? Looks like we can craft one. So hopefully today we can get a better anchor. I believe that one is reusable. Right now this one is just kind of a one-time go thing. So let's get onto this island, see what we can get. Alright, not too much on that island besides one watermelon and a couple trees. So right now, I think let's get our anchor up here so we can get moving again. Drop this, point in the direction, we can get off this island. So right now, I think we should try to expand our garden area a little bit. Now that we can craft this crop plot. Fortunately, it needs bolts, which I believe we can craft with some of these metal ingots. Yep, and we do have at least one of those in a chest down here. So let's craft one of those. What else do we need here? We need some more rope and a couple of nails. Let's see if we have any scrap left over. Alright, I did not have any scrap left over, but I was able to find a couple extra. So with that, let's get our large crop plot crafted, and we can place it up here somewhere. Wow, that's big. Alright, let's guess we'll reserve this corner here. And I didn't bring any seeds up with me, so let's see what we got here. Oh, we have a ton of palm seeds, so that's great. Let's plant one of those and need some water. And now we should be able to get our very own palm tree, so that's going to be great. Now we won't have to worry about getting onto islands as much, but I did read the other day. I was looking up to see what I can do to progress further on. It does look like on some of the islands we can get the mud and sand required to craft the smelter, wherever that is here. I think we have to research it still. So we can find that underneath the water around the islands. Now that is going to allow us to get the smelter, because we do have a bunch of metal ore here, and I'm pretty sure we can smelt that down to the ingots, and then that'll allow us to craft better stuff. Big things that we're kind of looking at crafting is a shovel, so we can collect some of that dirt that we've been finding in caves. Also probably shears. We haven't seen any, I'm guessing we can get it from the llamas. We haven't seen those in a bit, but that's going to be some big things for us. And then this might be a later on thing, and then also a bow so we can start shooting down some of those some of those seagulls, because the feathers are also another research thing. So let's see if we can find an island and hopefully get ourselves some of the mud or these dry bricks required to craft the smelter there. All right, well, we're getting over that island. Let's start expanding out this way, because we do want to kind of get our entire raft matching here. So it looks like we got 2 out here. And I didn't really mean to fill in this middle part. We can always delete that later. And then we go out. Is that 4 out? And then back over. And now we just need to craft a ton of nets. Now those are, as you probably know already, pretty expensive, but we have been collecting quite the bit just from our nets that we placed the last episode. So these are definitely doing some good work for us, and I think they've definitely paid themselves off by now. So it looks like right now I can only craft 1, which is unfortunate, but we are kind of needing scrap at the moment. Gotta keep track of that food there. So let's see if we can get a little close to this island and hopefully get our more scrap on the way, but hopefully we can collect some of that good sand and mud that we're trying to look for. Alright, so I've anchored up here, and it does look like we have some clumps down there in the water, and I believe we just have to get down in here. This looks like stone, and we just kind of hold down on it as we get eaten by the shark, but we kind of have to do this here. We'll just watch our health. Oh, we have a giant clam too, that's pretty cool. So that did give us some clay and also a giant clam, which is interesting. Let's see if we can do anything with him. We could research the giant clam and make a bird's nest. Alright, so that should be pretty cool. Let's see if we can craft that maybe before we leave here. And then also some clay. That'll give us a clay bowl. Not sure what we can use that for, but I'm sure we'll figure that out. Now let's see what we need for those dry bricks. And we need to craft wet bricks first. And we also need sand. I'm not quite sure how to get sand. Get off of our friend there. But I'm definitely going to collect some more of this clay and then see if I can find sand anywhere. Yep, in there. So we did find some sand, which is going to be great. So it does look like we can find that around the islands as well. So let's get that in our research table, see what else we can make with this. Doesn't look like we can. It looks like just our wet bricks. Now it does say that we can turn this into glass, which is going to be great because we do have a better water purifier, which should certainly be something we're looking towards. Now, I also kind of want to get the bird's nest. I'm not quite sure what we can do with that. So if I can find another giant clam on this island, that'd be great. But I'm sure we can get eggs or something good from them. Alright, I found a fair bit of sand here, so hopefully that will tie us over until we get to the next island. I've not seen a clam, but I do want to try to find one before I leave here. So while we're here, let's craft our... Actually, I think, yeah, we need to craft our wet bricks first. So let's just craft one of these for now. And it looks like we have to place these down to let them dry. So I guess we'll just place those anywheres. Not sure how long those take, but I do want to find a clam before we leave here. Alright, I did not end up finding a clam, but I did craft 2 more of these wet bricks. So hopefully those will dry out. I'm not sure if the rain will stop it, but at some point it will dry out. Also, I found some copper, and that's going to be pretty cool for later on. I didn't know that was a thing. And a bunch more metal ore, so I'm definitely going to be looking in the water a lot more when we get to islands, because that's going to be great for progression, especially once we get that smelter going, and we can really get... we have 10... metal ore here, and we can really get some research going, and then a couple more things like the bow. I'm not sure if we need the net launcher for anything yet, but we can definitely craft that, and then a couple other things. I'm not sure if that bow will be any good at the moment, but let's see what we can do when these things dry out here. Actually, we do have one here, so let's research it before we leave here. And yep, now we can craft our smelter. Let's see what goes into that, so we know if we should craft some more dry bricks. Oh man, that takes quite a bit. Looks like we're gonna need 4 more, and I don't think we're gonna be able to craft all of them. Definitely the next island we'll be able to catch up to that. Alright, and new day, new island here. At least I think it's a new island. The bird is back here, so it could be that same island that we were murdered on the first one. So hopefully this roof will protect us while we are on the raft here. So quick update, while I was getting over here, I did find a little lucky cat. So our scrap mechanic duck has a friend now. And I've just been searching for some fish because there is a way to craft shark bait. So hopefully this will help when we're collecting resources underwater. We have 3 dry bricks, and I believe I'm dying, so give me a second. All right, and I crafted another chest here because our inventory was getting pretty compact. These nets have definitely been doing some good work for us. Also, the bird did attack me while I was trying to feed myself, and I did not take damage under here, so that's great. So we can craft the shark bait, and that's going to be helpful for collecting more materials underwater, because we do want to craft this smelter today, and hopefully kind of craft some of these big stuff like the shovel and a bow and arrow and a couple other things. So we do need 6 of them, so we do need 3 more. So hopefully I'll be able to find that on this island and not get killed by this guy again. Also, I need to fill those in, but I'm kind of waiting on scrap to make these nails. So real quickly, I'm gonna clean up my inventory and then see what's on this island. All right, so there's a little cave on the island here. We got some more cave mushrooms and this little platform up here with a chest on it. Let's see if we can grab that. There we go. And that'll give us some glass, more bolts, and some more ingots, which is great. Let's see. We can craft our shovel now. So let's see what we can do with the dirt here. Looks like it just gives us dirt, which is actually great. And maybe we can find some materials under there. So I'm pretty sure we're going to need that. So we're definitely going to be throwing that in our research table when we get back. I'm not sure how much I should be shoveling because I don't want to break it and then need it somewhere else. I did notice there is some wildlife on this island, which is great. Besides the bird, and there is a hog somewhere around. So we're gonna, he's already spotted me. We're gonna try to get some distance from him. Now, I'm not sure where the bird is kind of circling around. So we're gonna try to give him as much space as we can. Other than the bird, I didn't see anything else crazy on this island. In that chest that we found in the cave, I would like to try to get some of the shears maybe to shear one of those llamas. Also, if I could find some more clay on here, looks like there's some areas down there. I would love to get that going. But I would like to try out that shark bait. So I'm gonna make a quick trip back to the raft, and then we'll kind of get back over here and see what we can find. All right, I did a whole bunch of collecting throughout the night here. I was actually never bothered by the shark while I was underwater on that side of the island. Only when I was over here where there's actually nothing underneath us besides some life down there. So while I was collecting, I found a ton of seaweed, which I didn't know you could pick up. So now we can create some flippers, which is going to be great. And then also the silver algae, which doesn't look like we can research it. I guess we'll see what we can use that for later on. Also, we have our dirt somewhere in here. I wanted to put it into a chest to be sure I didn't lose it, just in case. So let's see what we can do with this. Looks like we can create a grass plot, and that's how we can get our animals going on here. So that should be pretty cool. I did want to try to craft the launcher, but I don't think we're going to be able to get our smelter in time. I did create the last 3 dry bricks, but we are out of scrap almost entirely. So unless I can find some underneath the island, which I did find a few, but I was being attacked by pufferfish down there. So I'm going to collect the last bit of scrap, and hopefully we can craft this smelter before we leave. All right, and I collected until my hook broke. So once we pick up, every time I start talking, and we killed him. That's what you get, interrupting me. All right, we're just gonna toss his head for now. All right, now that we have the rest of our dry bricks, we can craft this long-awaited smelter. I'm not really sure where a good place to put this is. So right next to a research table should be all right. And I guess we just fill that up with planks. And then big things that we are looking at smelting right now is these metal ores. So let's see what comes of these. All right, and that finished smelting, and I did give us a metal ingot, which is going to be huge for crafting some of these further on stuff. Now I would really like to craft wherever it is here, this net launcher, because there is some of the llamas on the island, and I think it'd be really cool if we can get a friend going with us. Also, let's get one of those going. Also, while I was waiting for that to smelt, I did learn that you can smelt seaweed into vine goo. So that's going to be a big part too, because we don't have any past where we had to give ourselves back from losing it. And it is used in a good amount of recipes here. Now this does use dirt, which is going to be something that we need for our animals here. So I think we already have some dirt that we just picked up, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, and it does look like our bow needs some goo and also the arrows for it. So we're definitely going to need to keep collecting those seaweed plants. So I'm going to smelt a bunch more of these so we can craft our net launcher, and we'll see how that works. All right, and we have just enough to craft the net launcher here. So it looks like it has some sort of durability. It also needs ammo. I'm not sure what we need to use for ammo for this thing. All right, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to need, where is it here? It looks like we're going to need this net canister, and we need explosive powder for that. So I don't think we can get that quite yet, but we do have this launcher for the next one that we find. So I guess that will allow us to leave this island and get away from this bird here who's been tormenting us. Now this is going to be definitely a huge addition to our raft here. That has been something that's been holding us back for a while now. With that, I think this is a great place to end off the episode here. Next episode, we're going to be getting into some really cool stuff now that we've advanced pretty quickly in this one. So if you want to see that one, make sure to click that subscribe button and like this video. It really helps me out. I appreciate it. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.